Ta-da! Today, good morning. It is now Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Or is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday. No, wait a minute. It's Tuesday. And I'm your party host. I'm your hostess with all the toasts. Wait a minute. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it is Tuesday. I'm your hostess with all the toast. My name is Kim Overholt, your party artist. And if you want to know a little bit more about me, the fancy graphics are right here, KimOverholt.com. I am somebody who just likes to have fun and do a lot of painting and get people inspired to paint. Because, yeah, it is it's a lot of fun when you know what you're going to be painting and you get inspiration from all kinds of things around you. So I'm here to talk about that today and let you know that, if you want to sign up to my channel and say hello to me every once in a while, please feel free to do so. I try my best to show you a little bit of everything about art that I do and try to see if maybe it's something that you might find interest in yourself. So today's Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. When did I think it was Wednesday? Did I do cartooning yesterday? Did I do cartooning yesterday? I'm trying to think. Did I do anything yesterday? Oh my gosh, I was working yesterday. Yes, that's right. I was working yesterday. It was a long day. Yeah, I was doing a little bit of work, and I am inspired by all kinds of things. Even when I'm at work, I get inspired by colors. I have a lady that I work with, and she does the chalkboard art for our deli, and the deli has like some really excellent chalkboard art. Now I do it too, because they said, you can do it, you can do it. I'm like, yeah, I want to do it, but this lady who does the art for our deli right now, her name is Vicky. She does a great job. I don't want to take away from her. And I gave her some extra. Actually, I had some chalkboard markers. I gave her some markers to kind of like keep it going and keep it going so that, if she wants to do more art on her own kind of thing too. I love getting people inspired, and I always have lots of stuff. I was telling the ladies yesterday, I am doing commissions. I'm looking for commissions, and I want to paint with somebody. So I mean, if and I was asking one of the ladies, and she's like, I want to paint too, but unfortunately, I gave away all my paintbrushes to another inspired artist. I said, well, that's a great thing. You're supposed to give it to somebody who is inspired to do art so that they can continue doing great art, even like the stuff that, the stuff that I've seen people do in the past and stuff. So, I mean, there's all kinds of good stuff of art out there too. And, a lot of things to get you inspired by as well. So I got a lot on the gamut today. I got a lot of things to do, and I just wanted to come by and say hello. Today's Tuesday. Today, and not until later though. And so today I'm spending most of my time just getting inspired myself to find something new to paint. Because today is Tuesday podcasting, and maybe I thought yesterday was Tuesday. Who knows? I think maybe I just did a podcast yesterday, but I'll talk about I'll talk a little bit about it today. Inspiration to get you painting. Wow. Let me see. There's all kinds of things that get you inspired to paint. Let's see. Let's start with your family. Say you have somebody in your family that's a little bit of an artist, and they want you to draw something or try something out and you're like, oh, I'm not quite sure. Well, then maybe you can get a little bit more pointers from them because they maybe are doing it and are trying to learn themselves. It's a growing process when you're an artist too. Like you can't say that you know everything because it's impossible to know everything about art. But it's good to know like you can grab bits of information from people and be inspired that way to keep going and find something really cool to make stuff that even for doing cartooning, when you see your favorite cartoon artist or you go to those those things where you get to meet the artists, that kind of thing, that is so great. I think that's so important even for any kind of fan expo, to be out there and having people actually give you feedback for the stuff that you do. That's great too. I have a friend that he does all kinds of art, and he actually gets to go to all those extra special places like the Comic Cons and things like that to get inspiration from other artists too, and get to talk to other artists. It's important actually to be able to talk to other artists, and that's part of the thing that I was going to be doing here. And I do know a few artists that I still do talk to, maybe not live, but I do get to talk to them via Skype or internet or whatever the case may be, and just ask them questions about art. I have a friend right now who's battling just getting off a ventilator because of he had gotten really bad pneumonia, and he's a great artist too. And I always am very inspired by his art because his is more California kind of surfer art for doing like surfboards and stuff like that. And if I if I lived out in California, I would definitely have been a surfer because I love the stuff, and I love the ocean, and I love doing like paintings of seascapes. So the water is something that inspires me too. Like I like going to my favorite places like the beach, and that makes me like look around. I do one of those things like a director does and put my hands out and I like look at the scene. Oh, it's beautiful. You know, there's some things are very inspirational. They catch you in the moment, and some things are just one of those. You see it and you want to draw it because all of a sudden it's just giving you something that you're inspired for. Yeah. So there's many ways of getting inspiration, even especially to paint. Um, Look at some of the old artists that you've seen in the past. Say, um, like Monet. Um, like all kinds of course I got a million one names coming to my head. Yeah, but stuff like that, like artists that inspire you. Roger Dean is a big inspiration to me. He did a lot of album covers of some of my favorite bands that I enjoy. Bands music is also a great inspiration for you. Maybe you have a nice piece of music that you like to listen to, and you can close your eyes. And some people say they can see colors with music and things like that. And I can understand how you can get inspiration that way too. So there is so many ways, so many different things to get inspired by, for sure. And to learn about how to get inspired is very good too. And so, I mean, there are people in your life that obviously like can push in the right direction. You have to try it though. It's not a matter of oh well, if I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. You have to give yourself a little bit of time with it as well. So you can't just say no, I don't like it. I don't think I want to do it. You have to actually try. And this is probably part of the reason why I kind of give up a little bit easy, which I shouldn't. But yeah, I find that if you stick with something for a little bit longer, sometimes you will become inspired and you actually will learn a little bit more in the process, even like when it comes to cooking and when it comes to learning an instrument. um, Anything that you do, you have to put some time into it, and that's what it's going to come down to basically. What you want to do, what you want to put your energy into, and where you want to place your time. Timing is always of the essence, of course, they always say that. And where you put your time is very important as well. This is where my dilemma comes in to factor too, because my inspirations of being like helping out at, say, um, doing storyboards, doing animation, doing being like character design artists. I can do stuff like that because I know how to get stuff going, and things that inspire me. But the only thing is that the time, if I had the money and the time to do it, I'd put my inspiration into something, definitely. So this is why I give you a little bit of here and there here, so that I maybe in my mind I'm thinking it's going to come to, I'm moving in the right direction. I'm always moving in the right direction. And you know how you're moving in the right direction? Because things are delaying you from going in the right direction. Because I found that even when it came to, oh, here's a good example. I was really like, well, I did paint nights quite often, and I was going to be doing them before this whole COVID hit. I was doing very big shows. I was doing, sorry, I'm playing with my marker. I did about, say, 40, 50 to almost 100 people in a sitting at once, and I enjoyed it. It was so much fun. And a lot of people before I was like when I was getting going, they were getting inspiration from me and getting their own paint nights started. And one of them actually contacted me and asked me if I was going to wanting to maybe work for her business and become part of her place. But the whole thing was to get started with paint night and be doing it for myself. Now, maybe I should have took her up on the offer because now the way the things have turned out, it's kind of like. But I heard from other artists that did it that it wasn't as great as they thought it was going to be. So I'm kind of glad that I didn't do it because and stuck to my guns to what I was doing because I'm sure in the long run it helped a lot of people out there to check out art and be inspired and rather than having to go to a place have a dinner and a painting which maybe you might not have liked the food and maybe the painting wasn't turned out that didn't turn out the greatest as you had wanted it to but at least with me, I was out there in the middle of, like, say, some bar, and I was yipping it up, and we were playing games and cheering and tunes and all kinds of art. And you know what? The paint actually didn't fling as bad as I thought it would be. It really actually, we all kept ourselves pretty contained, considering there were times where I was making snow with with the brushes, like taking like an edge with white, say like this, and filling full white paint and just doing this. And you know, when you do that, all kinds of stuff comes off, and it was splatter everywhere. But you know what? Everybody kept it pretty contained, and I was, and I told people, please, you know, you're adults now here. Everybody's adults. We're all drinking. We all know what we're doing. So when you start to get a little bit tipsy, just keep in mind where your canvas is and just, you know, just aim for that one spot. Okay. Yeah, it was fun. Oh man. You guys would have loved hanging out with me doing a paint night. I know. And you know what? In the future, we have things like this coming up. And although I can't mention it because to some people it's still kind of big oopsie, no, no. But it's one of my favorite things to do. And I have other inspiration just for anybody out there who wants to do, say, Niagara Art Party with me. See, Niagara Parties. Da, da, da. There go sales at niagaraartparties.com or check out my website for niagaraartparties.com. And you can come party with me. How about that? Look at it, it fits right underneath there. Perfect. Look at that Niagara parties. Somebody needs a nap. A Niagara art party. Niagara art party. Somebody needs a nap. I need a nap, I think. I woke up this morning on the wrong side of the bed. You can tell my hair. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, there's that. So, other means of inspiration for you for doing art. Well, let me just say, so if you've got like artists that you know that inspire you, of course. If I could be any kind of inspiration to you, you know, just keep following me, talk to me. I'm here for you. I'm here to give you all kinds of advice and help you, put you in a good frame of mind. And believe me, I've had success. Successful people come from doing painting with me, and they found their own worth in this life and actually have made a profit. And I'm trying. I really am. I'm really. I have goals to eliminate my debt and bring everything down into a nice minimum and have everybody just enjoying art and maybe finding people to come and do stuff with me here in my studio. And now I've been hearing, Little Bird's been telling me, of course, that my studio will eventually be upgraded and things will look a whole lot better than they do right now, including myself, maybe. I don't know. You can't, you can't, you can't polish a turd. No, you can't. You can't fix perfection. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I do it all the time. But hey, we can have fun with this. And you know, hey, here's another little bit of inspiration for you. Like I've read this. This is a really good book to not only understanding comics, but understanding a little bit about life in the comic world too. So there's a really good book to read too. So inspirations for you for doing art, and I think there's actually some color spots in here as well, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, I can't find them. Oh. But as you can see, there's lots of cartoons. It's all visual. Oh, did you see that? I caught it. There's a little bit of color in there somewhere. See, there it is. Okay. It's all not just words and pictures. There is color in there as well. So yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet. For today, for inspiration for you, I want you to go out and find your inspiration to do a painting. May it be, say, uh, like I say, places you go, people you know, things you do, um, yeah, where you work, where what would you do in your pastime? What do you do for your extra little bit of fun? And maybe make up your own. I've had a friend actually make a board game, and there's an inspiration right there. Try and create your own board game, and that way you can actually create the squares. You can make a design like the cards for it. You can do it like there's all kinds of things you can do. That's just the tip of the iceberg, my ladies and gentlemen out there. All right, all 36 new members. I love you guys, and I just want to say thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And I before you go, let me just do a quick little reading, because you know what, it is it is one of those days where I thought I was going to be doing a painting because I thought it was Wednesday, but since it's Tuesday. I'll do you a quick reading from beautiful cards, which I always get inspiration from. Now, remember what they were saying. Yes, it is time to really, really consider. Oh my goodness, it is like I've been trying. I've been trying so hard. Believe me. So, a little bit of inspiration for you for today. I'm going to give you a shuffle of the cards and we'll see what comes up. All right, give me a second. Okay, so now we'll set it into place, and then we will ask the cards, what are we looking forward to in the near future that we can benefit from in some way? Always good cards. I don't think I've ever had a bad reading, and if I have, I probably won't let you know what it was. Actually, I have had, but it's, you know what they say, that there is things worse than death that's out there. Now, usually I shuffle till, like I said, one of them falls out, or till I feel comfortable with my shuffling, that I don't do any shuffling. But usually one falls out, or a few fall out. We shall see what comes of this one this time. I got a spot. I do. What's that? There's a spot on one of them. You see that? You see that? Like, where did that come from? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's the Emperor. Wow, hey, that's interesting. There's a spot on the Emperor. Fascinating. What does that mean? Uh-huh. Spot the Emperor. He has no clothes. Did you know about the story about the Emperor with no clothes? Yeah, that's a good story. I like reading. There's another inspiration for you. Reading fairy tales. Hans Christian Andersen stories were always my favorite. Um, Lullabies, things like that can, maybe stuff that makes you cry can be inspirational to some people. Oh, how about that? Oh my goodness. Well, guess who fell out? I was looking, and oh, no, I thought it was the Emperor. It's the Hierophant. Ah, okay. Well, this is also Major Arcana card. This is a good blessing. I imagine this is a good blessing for people who are looking to come together, unionize, uh, become one. Kind of like, looks like a marriage almost, right? It's a tie together of many things, I guess. Maybe that's what it means. So let me look up in my book what that is. So yeah, I see. I thought it was the Emperor, but it's the Hierophant. Number 5, and it's got like blessings between a man and a woman who's obviously proposing some kind of marriage. That doesn't happen with me. Yeah, yeah. Although, you know what I gotta say, I got a kind of off marriage proposal the other day. There's a guy that was at where I work, and he was uh, putting his groceries on the cart and stuff. And he's like, I said, "Oh, don't forget your bag." He's like, "Yeah, I always leave my bag in the car. If I had a good woman maybe someone like you to remind me, I wouldn't have forgotten. I'm like, yeah. Well, I'm already taken. I'm already spoken for. So, but thank you. Thank you. So let me look up some information about this particular card just for you guys to give you a little bit of inspiration for the day. Like number 5. Very interesting. Okay. So it says, it's the figure of an old wise man, placid, patient, and merciful, stands on the hill, offering his blessings to the union of expensively dressed man and his equally high-born lady love. Uh, the necessary rituals of a successful family, life, and society as it spawns the basis of all religions. The Hierophant, sometimes known as the Pope. And we were talking about the Pope, but the Pope's a little bit misinformed. The Hierophant's devotion to his position is real, as symbolized by the white heart above his head. Sada. This father confessor can be relied on for advice or support within the guidance of his training, while he faithfully lays down the codifying laws and spiritual principles contained in the book that he's holding in his right hand. His unremitting daily study and practice of those traditions still impart to him some of the occult knowledge upon which his religion is originally based. Like some religions are loosely based on a lot of pagan religions as well. Rules and traditions are based on the sincere desire of our predecessors to preserve what was once useful in their time. But your interests are not always best served by blind obedience. Understand? Okay. The repression of your right to think freely may result in conformity. Are you hearing this? This is a random card that I picked, okay? Still, in many situations, religious moral values and traditions will be a comfort and sustain you. Yes, I always say my favorite psalm is Psalm 27, and it basically says, be strong, keep strong. So, yeah, this is a very loving and very spiritual card for sure. Okay, so it's going to go a little bit deeper than what we're usually on the side. So for inspiration, maybe dig a little bit deeper. How about that? There you go. And yeah, read up some like I say, this one's a really nice one too. This actually reminds me of another story by Hans Christian Andersen too about the Snow Queen. If you ever read there's some really good stories out there. Get inspired by a story. Get inspired by a card. Get inspired by the fact that you have some fiery person like myself. This is, remember, I don't know if I've told you, but this is the card. That's the top card for when we had the fire at our apartment. This is the one that was sitting on top that got the smoke damage, and it's my gray card. And today it's me. I'm fiery, and it's the basis of what we stand about. Being able to move freely and speak freely and things like that. So there you go. That's your card for the day, the Hierophant. A very good one. And if you want to look up more information about that, you know, uh, read up on it, and maybe it might inspire you to do a painting of a Hierophant of some sort. Maybe I can give you a little inspiration and send something your way. Let me see. Good vibes your way. Okay, there we go. All right, good vibes. All right, and in that, I want to say thank you very much for tuning in. And tomorrow, I have a blank canvas here, and we're going to fill it up with something really cool. And if you have anything inspirational that maybe today you think maybe would be good for me for tomorrow, let me know in the comments below. I do appreciate anything that you have to say to me. I really do. I really do. And I do look, and sometimes I don't see anything, and I really hope you're out there. So I want to wish you love. I want to wish you a fantastic day. I'll see you tomorrow to do a little bit of painting. Real painting. I'm not talking about this fake painting on a computer. I'm talking about the real stuff that you do live. The live stuff, the stuff that you actually can touch and feel I might even put my fingers in the paint. Who knows? Peace, old brother, with a little bit added, as my mama used to say, and keep out of trouble.